Do you no longer feel the same level of excitement in your relationship? How do you tell the difference between you and your partner merely going through a tough time and that you no longer love them? There are telltale signs that your waning sentiments are more than a passing phase in a love connection, even though it is natural for romantic relationships to go through their ups and downs. We have compiled a list of warning signs that indicate that you are no longer in love with your partner. If you can relate to any of these, likely your heart is no longer in the relationship. This video will provide you with the clarity you're looking for, regardless of whether you want to rekindle the flames of your relationship or you're ready to move on from it. Before we begin, kindly subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Number 10. You have no desire to spend any more time with them. If you find yourself breathing a sigh of relief whenever your partner is not in the room, your relationship may be changing. Do you find yourself getting irritated or dreading spending time with them when you think about it? Are you imagining reasons not to see them to avoid doing so? Do you feel as though their attention is suffocating you? If you answered yes to either of these questions, it may be time to end the relationship. If you and your partner have reached this point in your relationship, it will be challenging to salvage it. If you need breathing space, you should permit yourself to leave the situation. Number 9. You no longer have the desire to try to make things work. When you realize that you do not feel like giving your relationship a chance, this may indicate that you were never in love with this person. If you love and care about someone, you should have the desire to put effort into making the relationship succeed. If you want your relationships to be successful, you need to put in the effort to sustain them. Number 8. You engage in much debate. If you and your partner seem to disagree practically every time you see each other, this may be a sign that you have fallen out of love with that person. Even though conflicts are inevitable in most relationships, they shouldn't be the sole form of communication between partners. In addition, if you cannot agree on anything, you may no longer be compatible. Number 7. You limit your interaction. If the only time you and your partner communicate is when you're arguing, this should prompt you to pause and reflect. If you cannot share with your partner in any way, you may no longer be in love with your partner. It is to your advantage to become familiar with your partner so that you may have meaningful conversations about your shared passions and experiences, as well as the current state of your lives. If you cannot discuss these topics, the level of caring in the relationship has likely decreased significantly. Number 6. You don't have the urge to connect with them. You might believe that you don't need to fill them in on your activities, in addition to the fact that you don't care about what they are doing. You may be making decisions without them and not including them in any part of the process. For instance, you can be preparing dinners only for yourself, not inquiring about what they would like to eat, not preparing meals for them, or modifying aspects of the family in a way that they have yet to authorize. When you are in a relationship with another person, it is beneficial to make decisions together so that each person has a voice in the outcome. If you do not incorporate or take into consideration your partner in the decisions that you're making, you have likely fallen out of love with that person. Number 5. They are irritating and get on your nerves. Everyone has their peculiarities, some of which may be annoying to others. If, on the other hand, your partner consistently gets on your nerves or starts to bother you to the point that you find that you are unable to get over it, it may be time to reevaluate your relationship. It may be challenging to think of a redeeming characteristic your partner possesses. If this is the case, there is probably little that you can do to fix the issue at hand at this point. Number 4. Your partner is more your friend than your lover, and you have feelings for someone else. Perhaps you feel your partner is more of a long-lost acquaintance than a lover. You may think of them less as a love partner and more as a close friend. This may also cause you to think, "I was never in love." You only imagined that you were. Your mind may wander to thoughts of other people. For example, when you log onto your social media sites, do you ever look for old flames? This is one of the most significant indications that you are no longer in love. If you were in love, it would be impossible to think of other individuals romantically since your thoughts would be focused on your significant other. Number 3. You don't think about them at all. Even the amicable breaking of a romantic relationship can leave us feeling various emotions. And why on earth wouldn't we? Even if we were relegated from the status of lovers to friends due to the separation, we would still have lost something. There is a distinction to be made, though, between missing the connection that the two of you shared and missing the other person. Attempt to give some thought to how you genuinely feel about the breakup and attempt to be honest with yourself about those feelings. Do you miss your ex, or do you miss the feeling of having someone else there with you, along with the comfort of familiarity and the good moments you shared? If you realize that it wasn't indeed the person you were missing, then you can use that as evidence that you are no longer in love with that person. Number 2. You are not pleased with who your partner is as a person. My mother has shared with me that she realized she was in love with my father when she felt proud to walk down the streets with him, and when she couldn't stop talking about him to her friends, even after the honeymoon phase of their relationship had passed. There is still a possibility that you are shy if you want to change the subject when your friends ask about your significant other, or if you let go of their hand while you are in a public place. You need to understand that when a person is in love, they will be proud of their relationship, even though their partner may have flaws, since they are the person. Number 1. It was only designed to be a stopgap solution. It's possible that your partner was meant to be your rebound relationship all along. Or perhaps it was meant to be a one-night stand or a relationship that you entered into while you were looking for the one. But as time passes, it's only natural that you start developing affection for them. As a result, things became somewhat perplexing. You eventually became accustomed to them, and as time passed, you began to feel that you genuinely loved them. But of course, it's possible that you just got involved with them for convenience, and once you took the time to get to know them better, you discovered that they are not the one for you. This brings us to the end of today's video. We hope that you liked it. Kindly leave your comments below, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more interesting and informative videos.